What's going on? This is City Wrestling Radio, and this is yet another edition of our retro Sunday Night Heat review shows. Well, all the other shows are talking about kingdoms and clubs getting back together.
What is that? What is that?
And things that are sweet. We're not doing that. We're going back 22 years ago today. We're going back to January 10th, 1999, to look at Sunday Night Heat from San Antonio, Texas.
Yes.
So we're going to watch that. We watched that already, and we're going to talk about the entire show. Before we get into it, I'm your host. I'm Korey Smith, hanging out with the main roster mate, Jose Oseguera.
How's everybody doing out there? How are you doing, Mr. Smith?
I'm doing good. It's a new year. We're in the second episode of 1999 of Sunday Night Heat. Luckily, the first episode was I don't know how to say it. It was the most boring show I think I've ever watched.
It was pretty boring.
Like I've watched. I was going to compare it to Golden Girls, but I don't even think Golden Girls could ever get that boring. Golden Girls is a sanctity of this country that should be cherished. But
yeah, well, they didn't want to blow their load on a Sunday night because there was something special coming up on Monday Night Raw. Ask Tony Schiavone what it was.
You're right. Tony Schiavone. Oh, the damn Cactus Jack. You're right. We're about 6 days now removed from Mankind winning the WWF Championship on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that's where we are in the place of time. If you like what you're watching today, just real quick, don't forget to subscribe. Click the thumbs up button below and subscribe because, you got to keep subscribing. Just keep doing it as many times. Make burner accounts and subscribe that way.
I encourage it.
Because I think Google they don't like limit you.
They don't mind.
I mean, I think I've made like 1 million email accounts throughout my life.
They know you need a bunch of user accounts to get those free trials.
Yeah. And check us out on podcast form. If you need us on the go, we are on soundcloud.com/City Wrestling Radio, or Apple Podcasts, Google, all the podcast apps.
Wherever you get your podcasts, we're there.
Social media at City Wrestling Radio on Instagram and Facebook, at CWR415 on Twitter. So let's get into it. Sunday Night Heat.
Okay.
Oh.
One thing before we get started. What is this commercial for the Super Gamer Series?
What are you talking about?
There's a new show on the network. It's the Super Gamer Series. I saw the advertisement right before my episode of Heat. It seems to be an offshoot of Up, Up, Down, Down, where your favorite superstars have a series of grand gamer game competitions.
So they're like playing. See, I'm gonna really date myself.
Among Us. They were playing Among Us for one.
They're playing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers
Probably.
Downloadable fighting game.
They're playing the very low-selling WWE card game, Superstar game. What's it called? That new one.
Hey, Osmos, I beat you, okay? You gotta carry my bags for a week again. Fucking. No, I mean I haven't seen the commercial for this. I watched earlier in the week, so maybe the commercial wasn't up then. I think you watched more recently to filming this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hopefully it'll be somewhat realistic and not booked. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully they won't book a gaming competition show for the value and sanctity. That's the word of the day, kids. Sanctity of video games. You don't want to do that. But no, I guess we'll check it out. I'll check it out when it comes out if I still have the network.
Yeah. So back to Sunday Night Heat. We are at a catalyst with this episode, right? We just had the crowning of your new heavyweight champion, Mick Foley, aka Mankind. At the same time, it seems like when WWF tips the scales in the Monday Night Wars, and we see WCW losing its grip on its audience.
Yeah.
Now, being that Tony Schiavone and the rest of the crew at WCW knew in advance what was happening on Monday Night Raw. Would you care to delve a little bit into what they were counter programming this
Oh no, I didn't.
main event?
I don't know. Do you have a list?
I do have a list
Oh.
via ProWrestlingFandom.com. They provided the list of
Thank you,
matches booked for the night on WCW Nitro.
All right, let's hear it.
Opening the show was Hugh Morris with Jimmy Hart. I don't remember them being an item. They defeated Glacier. Booker T defeated Maury Hale. I don't remember who that is.
No.
Chavo Guerrero Jr.
I know him.
defeated Norman Smiley.
I know both of them.
Even though his name is spelled Smiley, it's pronounced Smiley.
Yes, the hardcore legend Norman Smiley.
Yes. Chris Benoit defeated Horse.
Who?
Horse, better known as Hulk Hogan's nephew.
I think that's shoot, right? That's a shoot. I think that actually is his
I think
nephew.
it is. Yeah, they look oddly similar. Le Champion won. Chris Jericho defeated Saturn by DQ. Juventud Guerrera and Psychosis defeated Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio Jr. That sounds like an amazing match. It was actually a Texas Tornado tag match.
Yep, Michael Allen Balea.
Yeah, there you go. Balea. Conan defeated Scott Steiner. He was hanging out with Buff Bagwell back then. Big Bang Bigelow in a match with Wrath.
Oh, Wrath. Yeah, I
Wrath.
remember
Do
him.
we know who he was after he was exposed as Wrath?
No. Is that Adam
I think
Bomb?
it was Adam Bomb.
I think that's Adam Bomb. Yeah.
Then we have Diamond Dallas Page defeating Bryan Adams.
Jesus Christ, that was a fucking... It's like AEW Dark over there. 16 matches or some shit.
Yeah, and get this. The counter programming... Well, no, it wasn't counter programming because they were like in the hour in between. Raw got off the air at 9, right? Or something like that, or 10, something. They were like, they would overlap for an hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would think maybe the Juventud Guerrera
I think Nitro was 8 to 10, and Raw was 9 to 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then they replayed Nitro right after.
Yes.
Okay, so your main event for the night, a match that went on for a full 1 minute 41 seconds.
Ooh. Goldberg versus who?
Hollywood Hogan with Scott Steiner defeating Kevin Nash with Scott Hall to win the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
That's not the finger poke of doom, is it?
A minute 141? It might have been.
No, that's too long for the finger poke of doom. Let me see. We're getting off topic. We do talk about Heat.
But we're talking about wrestling history.
I know. Finger poke of doom. When exactly was the date of that? I know someone's yelling at their screen right now, just like, what? Oh, it occurred January 4th, 1999. They counter-programmed Mick Foley winning the WWF title with the finger poke of doom. That's the finger poke of gloom right here, not of doom. Yeah, that's I did not know that. Now I know.
Let me add this to this. Just my opinion, floating it out there. The MVPs of the Monday Night Wars. Want to hear who they are?
Sure.
Both sides.
Yes.
For WCW, the MVP was Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Well,
because without that heel turn,
politics. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
The MVP for WWF. You know who it is?
Who's that?
Hollywood Hulk Hogan, because if it wasn't for the politics backstage, we wouldn't have the ruining of WCW as we knew it.
So here's Tony Schiavone's quote. It came up in the Wikipedia because it says in the Wikipedia for the finger poke of doom, there's the Mick Foley incident. He says it says WCW announcer Tony Schiavone, who was acting on orders from Eric Bischoff, gave away the result of the match before it aired. It says, fans, as Hollywood Hulk Hogan walks away and you look at this 40,000 plus on hand, if you're even thinking about changing the channel to our competition, fans, do not, because we understand that Mick Foley, who wrestled here one time as Cactus Jack, is going to win their world title. Ha! That's going to put some butts in the seats. Hey. You
know what's real about that comment is that Vader and Mick Foley and Cactus Jack had a hell of a match for WCW. They had a hell of a program for WCW. Mick Foley lost a year for you guys. Douchebag.
Oh,
I like you.
maybe back in the day. Okay, I love Tony Schiavone now.
Yeah, I love Tony Schiavone. I'm back in 1999.
On orders of Eric Bischoff. Okay, remember that.
True.
This Wikipedia entry goes on. It says, within minutes, as shown by Nielsen ratings, over 500,000 viewers switched channels from Nitro on TNT to Raw on the USA Network. After the Steve Austin run-in, the title match finish, and post-match celebration, many fans switched back to Nitro, which still had 5 minutes left to air, so we were probably a little off about the timing of the shows. But the final ratings for the night were 5.7 for Raw and 5.0 for Nitro. This might even be the tipping point. And then I guess the next week there was a bunch of signs that says, Mick Foley put my butt in this seat. Zinger! But yeah, no, Mick Foley's the new WWF champion.
Talk about backfire.
And, that's all Eric Bischoff right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he tried to screw the... I don't even know why you would do that. You know what I mean? It's just...
we have spoilers for you. We're going to ruin their thing. Because they're
tasteless.
crawling back. They're crawling back on WCW. That's why we had the reunion of NWO Black and White and NWO Wolfpack.
Yeah. Yeah, I always liked NWO Wolfpack better, too. They were like... when you really think about it... They were like the all-inclusive. Like when I was like thinking of like all the groups in history, I was like, they all kind of seem like douchebags. All stables seem like, you know. But the NWO Wolfpack was like, hey, Conan, you want to come hang with us?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guy with face paint, you want to come hang with us? Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, yeah, we're gonna hang too. And I forgot who else was in the NWO Wolfpack. Luger. I mean, do we have to take Luger? Okay, yeah, Luger, you're in.
He's a package deal with Sting. We have to.
I guess so. So yeah, I always liked Wolfpack, and
they had cooler music.
They
weren't passe anymore.
They were cool. They were cool. That's why I got an Wolfpack nerds, or not nerds, but chalk line jacket in my closet. You know what I mean? I'll throw money down for Wolfpack. All right, so let's get into it. Sunday Night Heat kicking off from the hometown of the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. We're in San Antonio, Texas. I went to San Antonio. I'm kidding.
They couldn't tell us enough it was San Antonio, right?
Yeah, you know, 'cause with the Sable interview on the Riverwalk. And then, Shawn Michaels is from there.
Yeah.
What did you think of this show overall, though?
Oh, you know what? It was actually pretty entertaining. I mean, there's some dead spots there that were like, oh, God, come on. But we're coming off a huge episode of Raw. So it was, you know, it's a good snack before the Raw that's to follow.
Well, the Raw to follow is after a week after Mick Foley won the title.
Mm-hmm.
So
that would be tomorrow.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Let's see. We kick it off with a recap of Mankind winning the championship. If you didn't know, a whole bunch of people helped him win the title, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It was overbooked when you really think about it. Like Austin came out, DX came out. Like I think my mom ran out there with a box of Tide to hit The Rock in the head with. You know.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the late 90s. That's what happens. There was run-ins galore. It wasn't a show without a run-in.
Yeah. Let's see.
The corporation comes walking out.
Kevin Kelly is on commentary by himself at the beginning, but Mr. McMahon, Shane McMahon, and the Stooges come out to the ring. McMahon, he says he doesn't even want to acknowledge the living nightmare that is Mankind becoming the WWF champion on Monday Night Raw.
Damn, Tony Schiavone.
But McMahon goes on to say, actions speak louder than words. And on tomorrow night on Raw, I will take action against the WWF champion Mankind. And those actions, I fear, for Mankind, it's going to be brutal. There's going to be dire consequences for Mankind. He really went into it's going to be brutal. Dire consequences. I was like, Vince, just stick to one Vince at a time. We don't need to go from, you know, pumping iron Vince to
corporate Vince,
or 80s commentator Vince. Then Shane plays the recap of Kane taking out Patterson and Briscoe the week before on Raw because as punishment for them not helping Shane get beat down. Was it by Mankind a week before?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
It was during like the gauntlet Mankind had to go through. Yeah, and he put him in the rings of Saturn.
Vincent focuses attention on the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, because if you didn't know, he was fired as commissioner a couple weeks ago, and then he came to Raw the next night, and they said they were going to dismember him, but I didn't see any footage of him getting his head cut off.
No. Well, it's Sunday night at 8 p.m. You know what I really miss, and that I'm really appreciating right now watching this episode of Heat?
What's that?
I miss heat, like audience heat.
Oh,
the McMahons were swimming in it, swimming in the heat.
Yeah.
Shane started talking and boos. When Vince comes on, asshole. They were just, they're nothing like this at the time drew the heat like the McMahons did.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's one thing I really miss about TV, because watching New Kingdom, the Japanese audience is a little bit different, and they don't have the heat. They'll clap for you, they'll cheer for you. They know when to pop.
They can't cheer right now.
Yeah, no, but even before,
okay.
they knew how to pop, they knew how to clap and cheer, but they don't show heat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very it's a no back there. Americans were great at heat. We're great at talking shit.
Yeah, we hate anyone that's not ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what's missing in the shows today, and I really miss it. It's all the heat getters. Now, how do we know who's a good heel nowadays if we don't know how much heat they got?
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, I guess social media is a good indication, but
but it's not. It's not what it was.
Yeah. No, I feel you, man. I miss going to wrestling shows. Mm-hmm. It's just what you reminded me of right there. I miss booing people and being and be like, boo. Because you can't boo somebody at a play.
Yeah.
You're an asshole for that.
Yeah. And if you're watching a movie at home, you can't be like, boo. Wonder Woman, you suck. Oh, sorry.
Oh, not Wonder Woman. She's a delight. She has a lasso of truth.
She is what they call online a problematic boo. And or bae. She's Oh, I love her.
Then Vince focuses attention on the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And, it's the San Antonio, so he is just massively over, and the whole crowd knows he's from San Antonio. They also remind us 3 or 4 times.
At least.
And announces that he will not be in the house tonight because he had him fired because of the super kick that Vince says rattled his cerebellum. Which is just the Latin word for head. Mm-hmm. I actually looked. I was like, cerebellum, like a certain. No, Vince just does that. He's like, what's the most complicated word for something I need to say? He could say finger, and he would be like,
phalange.
Yeah, or a pointix, or some. I don't even know. He's really good at that. At least what is that called? When you use a word for another word. Oh man,
thesaurus.
Well, yeah, you use a thesaurus, anyways.
He's a human thesaurus.
Vince
he has a great vocabulary.
Vince says guarantees tonight that Triple H, who is friends with HBK again, will pay hard times for siding with HBK. And I wonder the entire night I was like, it's Big Boss Man. I mean, it's Big Boss Man.
That's the only enforcer they have at this point, other than Kane.
And then Vince says he had nothing to do with Michael's beatdown on Raw. Then he also says, but if he was here tonight, he would apologize to HBK. That's when Shane whispers something in Vince's ear. They draws the attention of both Shane and Vince to the crowd. Who is sitting in the crowd but one Jose Lothario, the former trainer of HBK Shawn Michaels. The man who, as I wrote down, trained HBK. Mm-hmm. I thought I typed something different.
Is this pre or post that one WrestleMania where they made a big deal out of him, treating him like Mick from Rocky?
I think this is post.
Okay. It would make sense.
Vince then invites Lothario into the ring he wants Jose Lothario to accept Vince's apology on behalf of Shawn Michaels. He says, Lothario says, I once thought you were the greatest promoter of all time. And he stops for a second and goes, but I changed my mind. He goes, you want me to accept an apology for Shawn Michaels like we say in Spanish, and in English. No way, Jose.
Come on.
And then he goes, I think. He goes, no. In fact, no. You just suck. And he pushed him over.
I don't think I know.
Yeah, he pushes He pushes Vince over. This prompts Vince and the Stooges to beat down on Lothario.
The one person that the Stooges can beat down on nowadays, huh?
The Stooges are great workers. They take better bumps than half of that roster.
Oh my God, like the cane bumps they took from
exactly.
clips earlier, yeah.
Shane then annoyingly gets on commentary, and he's just at his peak annoyingness here.
Now, is this because he's doing a great job, or because he's just that douchey?
I don't know what's going on, but I feel like he's trying to throw his weight around as a McMahon. Like that's what it seems like to me. And I can only guess and speculate, but it seems to me like he stepped on Kevin Kelly a lot, and Kevin Kelly would say something and Shane would be like, oh, I thought that was my line. Like he said that a few times. I'm like, all right, Shane, nobody fucking cares, dude. Just do your job.
Yeah.
Do your job. Tonight, we get a rundown of tonight's show. Tonight we will have Triple H. He'll face hard time, baby. We have Sable, the seductor.
Is he going to jail?
Listen, baby, he might face some hard times. We don't know who he's facing, but he might face some hard times. He's either going to jail, he's fighting the big boss man, or Dusty Rhodes. I don't know. It's not Dusty or jail.
Who could it be?
Sable is going to be on the show tonight. Owen Hart versus Steve Blackman in a Lion's Den match with Dan Severn as the special guest referee.
They bought that thing. They might as well use it.
I think we're coming up on like the last Lion's Den match. It's got to be, dude. Because there was one on the show. I was like, wait, we have two Lion's Den matches at the end at the end of the show, which is funny. The unadvertised one was better than the advertised one.
Yeah. And then they fix it too, like the floor, isn't it? Like apron, like ring apron, ring floor.
Oh, we'll get there.
Matt,
because I got something to say about it. Michael Cole's backstage with Al Snow and the Blue Meanie, and the Blue Meanie, man, he's just annoying. Like I thought I liked the Blue Meanie as a kid, but
it's how it was written. He was much better portrayed in ECW.
Yeah, the Blue Meanie.
It's just a shell of who he was.
Says, oh, I hope he's better now that he has his head back. Because Al Snow was missing head for a while. And anyways, we cut to Christian versus Al Snow in the ring. The Blue Meanie's on commentary too. Because and it's funny because Blue Meanie can't think of anything original. He just says what he said earlier about Al Snow having his head back, and he's glad he has it back because
I'm telling you, they put it in his headphones. Oh, why do I have to say that?
I honestly don't. I think he was scared. That's what it seemed
like. Oh,
you
think so? No, I thought they fed it to him in his headphones. Like, say it again.
It could be, but it's 90. I mean, he could have put on a headset. Never mind. I was like, he's not walking around to the ring with the
earbud.
Earbud. Yeah. I mean, he's just a fucking time traveler. Snow takes it to Christian. We have a front falling suplex to Al Snow. Meanie is not good on commentary at all.
But young Christian is dope as hell.
Christian is always good. Goldust appears from ringside to steal some head.
I see now that you say it that way, it's funny.
He stole Al Snow's head. His mannequin head that was ringside. We have a reverse DDT to Al Snow by Christian. The pin and the win. This is a decent match for what it was, and Christian looked good in it. So,
today's sponsors are guess who?
Is it Glover? Again?
It's Skittles and AOL America Online, your provider of internet best. AOL.
It's funny though when I did see that I was like, oh, AOL, the guys who bought out Tom Warner and the guys who shut down WCW.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's funny.
And now they're
funny,
just
ironic.
Shit.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? We get a video package of Sable's rocky relationship with Luna Vachon and the Oddities. So this came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, we don't get any explanation of why Luna's pissed.
Yeah, well, Luna's just apparently she's just, in all respect to Luna, in her storyline is I think she's just crazy.
She's an oddity.
Yeah.
Sable, you don't fit. You're perfect.
Basically, Luna attacked Sable dressed like the Spider Lady.
That's been used 94,633
That
times.
that was the
before.
go-to one. When a woman had to, it was just, oh, it's a spider lady.
Mhm.
Which I will say this, I like it because I like nowadays when use they'll use La Luchadora sometimes.
Mhm.
Remember Becky Lynch won a match as La Luchadora and to get a
Mhm.
title match.
Right.
So and then somebody else used it one time against Becky. So
What's the male version of that?
Los Conquistadors, right?
Conquistadors or I forgot the guy's name. It's like something generic. No, it's not generico.
The
What was
Patriot.
it like? Mr. Ultimate or something like that. I forgot what it was.
Oh. I love this. And then we about to cut to a video of the beautiful river walk in San Antonio, Texas, with Sable. And I love how before it cuts to the video, Shane's just like, "Oh yeah, she wants you, right, Kevin Kelly?" And I'm just like, oh, Shane, shut up. It was a basic interview with Sable,
tonight?
with Michael Cole and Sable. Yeah, no, it was. They're like walking down the river walk in San Antonio, Texas.
So, in your new movie, you play a seductress. Well, tell me what that's like.
Yeah, and she cuts an interview. She's, I am now the women's champion. I never thought I would be here. And then all of a sudden she goes, parents don't think I'm a good role model because they think I'm too skinny or I promote bulimia and eating disorders. I was like,
what? Was that a thing back then?
well, yeah. I remember watching like shows and they would always have that episode, where it's like the eating disorder one, or they'd always have the runaway episode too.
Yeah. But what was that the name of that self-righteous crew parent teachers console?
Oh God.
What was it? The parents something?
Fucking asshole parents. I don't know.
It's who, what was the name of that other crew in WWF? The censorship people,
right.
with,
that's who they were based off of. Yeah.
that's yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm gonna call them? I'm gonna call them geeks because that's what they are.
Either way, yeah,
they're just fucking.
I guess they might have made a big hubbub.
Here,
She's too skinny. The girl.
Listen to this, parents. My mom, she'd know when it drew the line. Okay, I can watch Con Air. I went and watched Con Air in the theater. That was okay, but Seven, she did not let me watch Seven.
No, that movie was really bad.
Although Con Air, there was some questionable shit. Like Steve Buscemi plays a pedophile, and I'm just like, and then there's like one scene. Yeah, there's just one really creepy scene in the movie where he just like walks up to this guy, he's like, "Hello," and then fucking everyone just disappears. I'm like, what happened to everyone? And I'm like, even as a kid, I was like, I don't like Steve Buscemi anymore. Huh.
He's one of our all-time greats too.
So yeah, Sable does not promote bulimia what she promotes is eating healthy and working out.
Good diet.
Yeah.
Exercise.
Yeah, they might even got some food at the nice barbecue joint on the Riverwalk.
I'm sure they did. So, Luna at the Royal Rumble, do you accept?
And then Sable goes, "Yes, I accept her challenge for the Royal Rumble because I am Sable." You know what? Okay, one thing that I just thought of, which was really just weird, and I'm really trying not to bring up my stories of like traveling when I go to wrestling shows, but when I did go to San Antonio for Royal Rumble, I stayed at a hotel right next to the Riverwalk, and Brock stayed there. And this footage, honestly, it looked like a part of the Riverwalk that was near the hotel. So I was like, oh, there's footage of Sable there in '99, and then I met Brock there, and I don't know, it just kind of clicked in my head. I was like, and I just wonder if she was like, oh, Brock, you should stay at this hotel.
If you're gonna go to San Antonio, you have to stay at the DoubleTree right next to the Riverwalk. It's so nice, Brock. Trust me.
Then we get the Glover Slam of the Week. You gotta love the glove. Mankind beating Rock, putting Rock through a table. They're gonna fucking pound this into our heads now. They're like, hey, WCW, remember when you told everyone about this? Yeah.
Gotcha.
Then we have our first of two Lions Den matches of the night. Owen Hart versus Steve Blackman. Steve Blackman takes it to Hart with a series of strikes. Blackman then hits he uses the cage as like a catapult where he suplexes Hart into the cage and then bounces off onto the mat.
Yeah, like he scraped them up against the cage, right?
Yeah.
Like dragged them down. That was kind of nasty.
Both men trade holds. We get kind of a modified cattle mutilation to Owen Hart at one point.
Did you see? Okay, right before that, it looked like Blackman punched Owen in the butthole. I was like, what are you doing? Like Owen was on all fours and he swung at his ass. It's like, what do you expect to get out of that?
One, and we're back. Apparently, Steve Blackman punching Owen Hart's butthole really fucked the show up and
jarred up the system
and stopped everything.
CPU power couldn't handle the butt punch.
I don't know what happened. Luckily, I know how to edit. Anyways, nonetheless, he punched him in the butt, and that's when Owen, for some reason, even though he's punched in the butt, Owen is bleeding from the mouth. Blackman tries.
That's how far he punched him.
Blackman tries to reverse out of a dragon sleeper, but Owen hits a really nice power slam on Steve Blackman. Hart and Blackman trade sharpshooters. That's when the match just like they gave up, and Dan Severn got in the ring and attacked Blackman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, threw a forearm at the back of Blackman's head,
and the refs came out to separate him, and it was a long match too. Like it was a decently long match, especially for Heat.
But
like,
it wasn't that bad either.
No, but then it was a fucked finish. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it was just like it just ended, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what happens when you A, put a guy in sweats in the ring, B, call him Blackman. Aren't you guys more creative? It just sounds weird when you refer to him. And here comes, they have to say it like they can't say black man. They have to say Blackman.
Well, I think it is pronounced Steve Blackman.
Sure, but come on, creative, do something else.
Oh,
Give him a different name.
Here's the thing. His real name is Steve Blackman.
Okay, but couldn't they call him like Steve the Stud or
okay, hold on. I gotta show you.
Striking Steve.
I gotta show you this. You can't really see it, but look how fucking stoned he looks in this picture.
He does. He does.
Sorry, he's just like, what, guys?
Okay. Headshots. Okay, let's go.
All right. Good match. Fucked finish. We move on. Yeah. Blackman goes all Ken Shamrock on the locker room.
Yeah, what the? So all these MMA guys, they're like super steroided out, and they're always mad.
I don't know why he's mad. I mean, he got screwed out of a match. He tore everyone's shit up though.
And luckily he picked a locker room that's empty. Maybe that's why he's mad. He has no friends.
Yeah. Headbangers versus the Oddities for the Tag Team Championships of the Universe.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the thing. I remember the foam belts. They're still here. They're not quite the Yolo County Tag Champions.
Remember the fake music where the announcers suddenly disappear?
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. I think, you know what? We are at the end. We're at the end of the road for the Oddities.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know in February of 1999, all 4 of them are released. So
only a couple more episodes, yo.
So Golga and Mosh start the match. George Steele wants to gnaw on the knee of Thrasher for some reason.
Hey, that's not a DQ.
Choke slam to Mosh. Not when they're trying to get rid of some foam titles with some people. Choke slam to Mosh by Kurgan. Leg drop to Mosh. Pin Golga. And new tag team champions of the universe, the Oddities.
I have that down too. And the new.
This was just their... This was just there. That was my notes on the match. But what this was is, I think they were like, well, what do we do? Like, how do we get rid of these titles? Well, give them the Oddities, and then we're gonna fire them anyways. So then they just took them with them, you know. You know what? I would have loved if they actually went and defended them on the independent circuit.
Oh, that'd be great.
Like the foam belts. I love this. After the match, though, we cut to Steve Blackman like in the parking lot. So. Yeah, you see Steve Blackman. He's like right here at the bottom of the parking lot, and you see Dan Severn. He's just like looking back at the top of the parking lot. Like, okay, go, and then he just books it. Steve Blackman gets catches up to him, and they fight, and
jump in a rental.
Yeah, Owen Hart and Severn get away. So
And they don't have to mash that fast.
no,
Like they pulled out of there super fast, endangering lives. But I doubt Steve Blackman is going to catch you on foot. Come on, guys.
you know that's a common thread with WWE guys, man. You heard the story of Michael, right?
No.
Co-host Michael Vergara when he almost got killed by Tom Phillips.
What?
when we left, it was either SmackDown or Raw. We were walking next to the stadium, and we were walking up the left side of the stadium, and this car pulls out, and he didn't like almost hit him to a point where he was like, "Whoa!" But like he sped out, slammed on his brakes. We walked by, and I was like, "Hey, is that Tom Phillips?"
Oh my god!
All right,
Those guys all go to the same driving school.
yeah. Well, they go to the fucking got to get to the next hotel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the rental probably. Insurance.
Yeah, no, and I'm sure Vince has some strict curfews for everybody.
WWE Rewind is brought to you by I can't remember. Mankind. Winning the
I
title.
got who brought to you your rewind. Oh no, the actual sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I don't remember that. Sorry.
Yeah, it was probably
My
Glover
bad.
again. Gotta love the glove.
Snickers satisfies.
Then it's just Mankind winning the title on Raw again. We cut to Shane.
It's mostly Austin coming through for the run and save.
Yeah. Shane is then distraught on commentary that Mankind is he's an embarrassment to the WWF Championship. They do literally the play-by-play clip from WWF Raw that we saw earlier. Then we get a really good video package of Mick Foley. And this is kind of like when we're first introduced to Mick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've all known Mankind. We've known Cactus Jack in the past. We met Dude Love. But this is the first time we started seeing the videos of, you know, Mick Foley, the three faces of Foley, they would call it.
Mm-hmm.
His journey going to Madison Square Garden as a kid, seeing a wrestler and jump off the cage, they said. Mick
Jungle Pants. Call them Jungle Pants.
Yeah, Mick going to Japan.
Tiger Pants.
Yeah, Mick becoming the quintessential hardcore wrestler in Japan, which is from the hardcore tournament with the C4 explosive ring match.
Jesus Christ, man.
You know what's funny? It sounds fucking crazy, but like really they couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like what could they have done? Like the ropes were barbed wire,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like fake fireworks in the ring every time
Mm-hmm.
he slammed somebody. So it was like
No, but outside the ring too, they had like a bed of barbed wire where they crashed. Every time they tried to get out, it was vicious. But you know, yeah. Other than that, thumbtacks.
I want to see a moat surrounded a ring with like sharks in it, a Shark Tank
With
match.
laser beam headbands.
Yeah, with freaking laser beams. According to this video, Mankind only won the WWF Championship though because of Socko. Because they did state he goes ever since I started using Socko, you know, I was like, what?
No,
Really?
no.
All right, whatever.
He added something to his gimmick, and now he's heavyweight title contender.
He was like, well, I got some clean socks and I had one left. I don't know what happened to the rest.
Hanging under his chimney.
Yeah. Mr. McMahon, he's backstage with the Stooges and somebody who's going to give some hard times out tonight, baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's the big boss man.
And for some reason, Shane finds the need to whisper because they might hear him.
No, Shane wants to hear what they're saying on commentary. Like he's on commentary outside, like near the ring, and this is backstage, and the camera is like 20, 30 feet away.
Yeah.
And they're just like, and Shane's like, shh, Kevin, shut up. I'm trying to hear them. What are they saying?
Yeah, but he also lowers his voice and he whispers, hey, I wonder what they're going to do. It looks like it might be Bossman. Shh. Shut up.
God, Shane's such a fucking dork. It was funny too because the office they were in was like the most like Texas fucking rodeo office ever.
Yeah.
You can tell the guy who fucking runs that place at the time fucking walked around in a tan cowboy hat with a tan suit, you know?
Yeah, well, this is part of the...
it was like the guy from The Simpsons. Yeehaw! You know, the rich Texan.
It was his suite, or the suite was called the Oil Tycoon.
Yeah, Oil Tycoon. That's right.
Is it? Take our friends to the Oil Tycoon suite. They're gonna love it there.
Mr. Roscoe, you gotta. I don't know why. I see like this 1950s woman with a big beehive. Like, I'm working in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get Boss Man versus
cigarette.
I'm like, ooh, I'm smoking this. No, you have to have like the really like stereotypical like old like movie gay guy. He's like, oh, I'm smoking a cigarette. Ooh. And then everyone's like, oh, did you meet a girl yet? And he's like, oh, maybe I'll meet one. Ooh.
I think you're walking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, exactly. And nobody knows, but like we all know.
Only the audience that understands the innuendo. Nobody else does. It's not no slice of pie.
And we get Boss Man versus Triple H, which is okay in the Lion's Den. Boss Man is awaiting Triple H in the Lion's Den. That's when Triple H rips off his shirt.
Doesn't waste any time.
He starts choking Boss Man with it. Shane McMahon runs to the Lion's Den, throws Boss Man his nightstick. Shane jumps in the Lion's Den and begins to beat down on Triple H. Now Triple H is bleeding from the mouth. I don't know why.
Both cage is dangerous.
Yeah, and there was already Owens. I don't want to say Owens' blood, but somebody's blood was on the mat from earlier in the night.
Mm-hmm.
DX and the Corporation come to ringside. Briscoe and Patterson save Shane, and that's all I got.
DX and Corporation go at it. Chaos. We go off the air.
It breaks down. Yeah. Did we even have, like, what were the official matches? Like 2 matches, right?
3.
Golga,
2 cage matches.
Well, technically the last one wasn't a match.
Oh, because it never started?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3. Because it was the Universal Tag... Universal Tag.
Oh, Christian versus Snow, yeah.
Christian versus Snow and the other Lions Den match, yeah.
Yeah.
But for an hour, not bad. Pretty decent.
Yeah. Next,
you get the good vignette.
It was a decent show.
Mm-hmm.
Way better than last week. So
yeah, 100 times better.
Yeah. Next week, Sunday Night Heat, January 17th, 1999. It is we'll be celebrating my 12th birthday here on the show. So I feel like I should go to Planet Hollywood. Actually, I think that's what I did for my 12th birthday. Yeah.
Which one, the one at the wharf?
No, the one on Powell Street. The cool one.
Yeah.
The one all the adults went to.
Yeah. Oh, no, there wasn't one in the wharf. It was on Van Ness in California.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. If somebody actually watches all of our shows all the way through, they're like, why do they keep fucking talking about Planet Hollywood?
Again? 2 weeks in a row, guys. Come on.
I don't know where Van Ness is, guys. What the fuck? The Worf? Like Worf from Star Trek? I don't know. God. Just fucking figure it out.
That was a question on the chase this week.
Yeah. All right. Well, ooh, I'm out of voice here. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe at City Wrestling Radio on Instagram and Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube because it's the best way to keep up to date with City Wrestling Radio. And we shall see you, I guess, next week.
Yeah. Sure.
All righty. Oh,
it's a date.
2 weeks, right? 2 weeks Rumble?
Something like that, yeah.
Let's just get
it. 17th, and then the next one is 24th. Yep.
Rumble. Let's see, 1999. I just put Royal Rum 99. Yep, 24th. 2 weeks. Royal Rumble. We'll be here and recap the entire show.
Cool.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Goodbye.